All right, so get this. We're going to deep dive into crane symbolism.
Cranes.
Yeah, cranes. Never thought I'd be so fascinated by it, you know? But you sent over this blog post
Mm-hmm.
from Allbirds Mag called
Oh,
Crane Spiritual Meaning and Symbolism, 9 Powerful Insights. It's got spirit, totem, and omens in the title, too.
Okay.
And I gotta say, I'm hooked already. These graceful birds, they're just packed with symbolism across all these different cultures.
Yeah, it really is remarkable how these birds, with their elegant forms and like their captivating behaviors,
Yeah.
they've just been woven into like the tapestry of human meaning all around the world.
So where do we even begin with all these interpretations? I'm like dying to know how they differ across cultures.
Well, maybe starting with a common thread that runs through so many cultures,
Mm.
the association of cranes with longevity and wisdom.
Oh, interesting.
It probably comes from their impressive lifespans, right?
Yeah.
Some species can live for decades.
Wow.
So they kind of naturally become these symbols of enduring qualities.
So it's not just their beauty, right?
No, not just the beauty.
It's like their resilience that makes them so symbolically powerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like their whole existence just embodies this slow accumulation of wisdom
Right.
and experience, that we as humans often associate with a long life.
Oh, I see that playing out like in the Native American perspective, where
Uh-huh.
cranes are these like messengers between worlds.
Yeah, exactly. In many Native American cultures, cranes are super revered. They're these powerful figures that kind of bridge the gap
Yeah.
between like the physical and spiritual realms.
Okay.
They're seen as these symbols of enlightenment, self-expression, and like this ability to tap into this higher knowledge.
It's like they embody the human quest for understanding, right?
Yeah,
That bridge between what we know
right.
and what we're like yearning to know.
That's a beautiful way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
And this connection to the spiritual world, it often intertwines with the natural world too.
Okay.
Some tribes, they associate cranes with powerful weather events.
yeah.
Like, they see them as harbingers of rain and thunderstorms.
They've got like this serenity of wisdom, but then also this raw power of nature.
Right.
The blog post, by the way, it highlights a totally different perspective from
Yeah.
African cultures.
Yes. In Africa,
Mm-hmm.
cranes are celebrated often for like their grace, their beauty, and their loyalty.
Oh, wow. So,
The blue crane, especially, it holds a special place, like in the cultural landscape of South Africa.
that's so interesting, like from messengers of the spiritual world to embodiments of beauty and loyalty.
Right.
Just amazing how diverse these interpretations can be.
Yeah, it really shows how powerful symbols are, right? To hold different meanings for different people and cultures.
Right.
And with the blue crane, it's not just about how it looks either.
Okay.
The Xhosa people, they believe that the blue crane's feathers,
Yeah.
they can actually like restore order in
Yeah.
times of trouble.
No way.
It's like this powerful symbol of resilience
Yeah.
and hope. When you're facing adversity,
So it's like they carry the weight of cultural memory with them, offering like this sense of continuity and strength.
in that symbolism, it's turned into real cultural significance. Like the blue crane is the national bird of South Africa.
Oh, wow.
It really embodies their national spirit, like their bravery and resilience.
Okay. This is where I think things get super interesting. The symbolism of cranes in Japanese culture,
Yeah.
they're literally everywhere you look, like in art, literature, even tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that heartbreaking but beautiful story of Sadako Sasaki and the 1,000 Paper Cranes.
Yeah, the Japanese crane, also called the red-crowned crane.
Yeah.
It has like a totally unique position in their culture. It symbolizes longevity, happiness, loyalty, and good fortune.
And it's often shown with that distinctive red crown, right?
Yes.
I feel like that adds another whole layer to the symbolism, doesn't it? It's
Absolutely.
like a visual representation of like wisdom
Right.
and enlightenment.
Precisely. And the word suru, which means crane in Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
it's basically become synonymous with all these positive qualities.
I love that. And of course, the story of Sadako Sasaki and the paper cranes, it adds this whole other layer of like poignancy
Right.
to this symbolism.
Yeah.
For those who might not know the story, Sadako, she was this young girl who developed leukemia
Right.
after the atomic bombing of Hiroshima.
It's this powerful story.
And she was inspired by the legend that if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, it grants you a wish.
Mm-hmm.
And so she started this incredible act of hope and resilience.
Yeah.
Sadly, though, she passed away before she could reach her goal.
Right.
But her story, it really resonated with people.
Yeah, it did.
And it transformed the paper crane into this, like, global symbol of peace and hope.
Yeah, it's incredible how symbols can do that.
It really is like,
Transcend cultural boundaries and just connect us through these shared human experiences.
yeah. And speaking of connecting us, let's shift gears to India,
Okay.
where cranes, they hold this special significance
Mm-hmm.
in the symbolism of marital fidelity.
And happiness.
What's interesting there is that this interpretation mirrors the crane's lifelong mating bonds, you know?
Yeah.
They're known for their dedication to their partners and offspring.
So they mate for life.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful metaphor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the image of a crane couple,
Right.
weathering all the storms together.
Mm-hmm.
It speaks to like the enduring strength of love and commitment.
Yeah, it speaks to that human desire for stability, for those bonds that can, outlast anything life throws at you.
So far, we've got longevity, wisdom, peace, bravery, loyalty, marital bliss. It's like cranes represent everything good in the world.
Right.
But I'm guessing there are some more nuanced meanings we haven't even touched on yet, right?
You're exactly right.
Okay.
The world of crane symbolism, it's vast and layered.
Oh, I bet.
So within these overarching themes,
Yeah.
specific types of cranes, they carry their own unique meanings and associations.
Okay, I'm all ears. Tell me more about these specific crane types.
And how their symbolism differs.
All right.
Okay, so we've talked about all this symbolism of
Mhm.
cranes across different cultures, like
Yeah.
from Native American messengers
Right.
to marital fidelity in India.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing how one bird can represent so many things.
I know. It's incredible.
But I want to dive a little deeper into the specifics.
Okay.
Different types of cranes.
Yeah,
Do they all have their own unique symbolism?
absolutely.
Oh.
The general symbolism, that we've already talked about, it's like the base.
Yeah.
But specific types of cranes they add, like more nuance and complexity to the whole picture.
Okay, let's start with one that we've already talked a bit about.
Okay.
The red-crowned crane, which is so huge in Japanese culture.
Yeah.
The blog post mentions that it's not just Japan where they're important.
Right.
They're popular in art all over East Asia.
They are.
I mean, those bright red crowns,
Yeah.
you can't miss them.
No, you can't.
They're definitely eye-catching.
The red-crowned crane, it's like it goes beyond borders,
Oh, yeah.
captures people's imaginations all across East Asia.
It's true.
That striking red crown that we talked about a little earlier,
Yeah.
it plays such a huge role in its symbolic power.
Mm.
In addition to like longevity and happiness,
Mm.
the red-crowned crane represents wealth and wisdom in a lot of cultures.
It's like the red crown just amplifies things.
I know, right?
It emphasizes the crane's association with knowledge and prosperity.
It makes you think, though.
Yeah.
Why is the color red
Yeah.
so often associated with those things?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's the color of vitality,
Oh, that's a good point.
of life force, which goes along with
Yeah.
the crane's whole symbolism of longevity.
It's definitely a color that demands attention,
Right.
maybe reflecting how wisdom and knowledge can illuminate our lives.
That's a great analogy.
Okay, let's move on to another cool crane.
Okay.
The white crane. What comes to mind when you think of the color white? Purity, new beginnings, kind of like a blank slate.
You got it.
Oh, okay.
The white crane embodies all those things: purity,
Yeah.
transformation, and potential for new beginnings.
Makes sense.
In a lot of cultures, white is connected to cleansing and renewal.
Right.
So the white crane becomes a symbol of hope
Yeah.
and positive change.
Visually, too, it makes sense.
Right.
Those pure white feathers, they stand out so much
They do.
against, everything else in nature.
Yeah.
It's like a beacon of light.
Exactly. It's like the white crane is this messenger of peace.
Yeah.
It brings this sense of tranquility and serenity to our often chaotic world.
Okay, how about our brave blue crane from South Africa?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the one with feathers that can, restore order when things are messed up?
Right.
Anything else about them?
The blue crane with those unique gray-white feathers and those striking blue hues,
Yeah.
they hold a really fascinating place in symbolism.
Mm.
So besides being associated with bravery,
Uh-huh.
they represent a connection to ancestors in some cultures.
So they connect us to the past. They
Exactly.
carry the wisdom and guidance
Mhm.
of those who came before us.
It's like they're telling us
Yeah.
that we're not just individuals,
Right.
we're part of a bigger lineage,
Right.
a whole chain of interconnected lives.
I'm noticing a theme here.
Oh, yeah.
Cranes are like these bridge builders
It's true.
connecting us to the spiritual world,
Yeah.
to nature,
Mm-hmm.
our ancestors.
You're really good at this.
Cranes seem to have this ability to go beyond boundaries
Right.
and connect things that seem totally different.
It's amazing, isn't it?
In this whole exploration of symbolism, it makes me think about
Yeah.
how people express it.
Mm-hmm.
Like through tattoos.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually kind of surprised by how many people have crane tattoos
I know, me too.
across so many cultures.
It really shows how universally appealing the crane is as a symbol.
So I'm guessing crane tattoos have a lot of the meanings
They do.
that we've already discussed.
Like longevity, wisdom, purity, good luck, freedom.
It's like they pack all those powerful ideas into one image.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm wondering, do you think it matters what kind of crane you get in a tattoo?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
And I think it really shows how personal symbolism is.
Okay.
General meanings.
Yeah.
They're like the framework.
Right.
But it's the individual's interpretation
Right.
and connection to the symbol
Yeah.
that really gives it meaning.
So someone might choose a red-crowned crane tattoo
Yeah.
because they're drawn to wisdom
Right.
and prosperity,
Uh-huh.
while someone else might go for a white crane
Exactly.
to symbolize like purity
Mhm.
and new beginnings.
Exactly. And the size and placement of the tattoo can even add more to the meaning, too.
Oh, okay.
Like a small, delicate crane on the wrist.
Yeah.
It might mean grace and serenity,
Mm-hmm.
but a big, bold crane on the back could symbolize strength and resilience.
That's so interesting.
It really is.
How these tiny details can change the meaning of something.
Mm-hmm.
As simple as a tattoo.
It shows the power that symbols have,
Yeah.
to hold so many layers of meaning,
Yeah.
both personal and universal.
Okay, so before we move on,
Yeah.
I think we have to talk about something a little less happy.
Okay.
The death of a crane.
Yeah, that's a bit of a shift in tone, isn't it?
It is.
While cranes are usually seen as positive,
Yeah.
their death means something different.
Mm.
It can symbolize hopelessness, failure, or even the need for change.
It's like the crane's symbolic immortality is gone.
Right, yeah.
And we have to face the fact that we're all mortal
Mm-hmm.
and that things change.
The death of a crane,
Yeah.
it can be this harsh reminder
Mm-hmm.
that life is a cycle of beginnings and endings.
Yeah.
And that even those enduring symbols are affected by the passage of time.
That's a pretty deep thought,
It is.
but also a powerful one.
Yeah.
Even in loss and endings,
Mm-hmm.
there's this natural order, this cycle that keeps going.
And that cyclical nature,
Mm-hmm.
it's perfectly represented
Yeah.
by another type of crane
Okay.
that we haven't talked about yet. The sandhill crane.
The sandhill crane, what's so special about them?
Well, for one thing,
Yeah.
they're known for their mating rituals.
Oh, cool.
With these elaborate dances and calls.
Whoa.
It's amazing
Wow.
to see them courting and bonding.
Yeah.
It shows just how deep their connections are.
So does their symbolism have to do with, like, partnership?
You got it.
Oh, wow.
Communication,
Okay.
the natural rhythms of life.
Interesting.
But here's what's really interesting
Okay.
about the sandhill crane.
Yeah.
It has totally opposite symbolisms in different cultures.
Huh.
Some people see them as symbols of clarity
Mm-hmm.
and transformation.
Yeah.
But others, like in some Indian traditions,
Right.
they actually associate them with bad luck.
Wow, that's crazy. How can people have such different views?
It just highlights how subjective symbolism is.
Okay.
Meanings are shaped by culture, by personal beliefs,
Right.
even individual experiences.
I guess that makes sense.
What one culture might think is positive,
Yeah.
another might see as negative.
So there's no right or wrong answer
Exactly.
when it comes to the sandhill crane.
It's up to each person to look at all these different perspectives
Right.
and find their own meaning.
That's actually what I love about symbolism.
Yeah.
It makes you think critically, question what you think you know,
Right.
embrace the fact that meaning can be complicated.
I love that.
And speaking of embracing complexity,
Yeah.
let's talk about another aspect of crane symbolism. Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
What does it mean
Yeah.
when a crane shows up in your dream?
Dreams, they're like this whole other world for symbols, right, Greg?
They are. Always changing and open to, like, different meanings. What does it mean when a crane shows up in your dream?
Well, in a lot of spiritual traditions,
Okay.
seeing a crane in your dream is a good thing.
Hmm.
It's often seen as like a message of spiritual awakening.
Oh, Oh, interesting.
Like a little nudge to pay attention to yourself
Yeah.
and the path you're on.
So it's not just about figuring out what the crane symbolizes.
Right.
It's also about like what message it might be bringing you personally.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that symbols can talk to you
Right.
on a really personal level,
Yeah.
giving you guidance and insights that are just for you.
So what kind of guidance might a crane offer in a dream?
Cranes are often linked to this sense of clarity and purpose.
Okay.
So seeing one in your dream
Yeah.
could mean you're on the right track, moving towards your goals
Yeah.
with, grace and determination.
It's like having this wise, feathered guide
Yeah, love.
urging us to like embrace our potential and face life's challenges
Yeah.
with that same elegance and balance that cranes have in nature.
It really shows that powerful connection we have with the natural world
Mm-hmm.
and the wisdom we can learn
Right.
from observing it.
And it makes me think back to that blog post that we started with. Crane's spiritual meaning and symbolism. 9 powerful insights from All Birds Mag.
Sage Bylan, the author, they really know their stuff.
They do.
They bring together cultural interpretations,
Yeah.
spiritual insights, practical advice.
Yeah.
It's really well done.
One thing that really stood out to me
Yeah.
was how much they focused on the crane's message of peace and harmony.
It's such an important message.
It really is, especially in today's world.
Yeah.
It feels so divided and chaotic.
Yeah.
And the crane reminds us that we're all connected
Yes.
and that we can create a more balanced world.
It's amazing how crane symbolism
Yeah.
is still so relevant today. These birds have been carrying messages of peace, hope, and resilience for centuries.
It's true.
They remind us that we're all human
Yeah.
and that it's important to try
Right.
to live in harmony with each other.
It makes me wonder, what does crane symbolism mean to you?
Personally,
Yeah.
for me, it's about hope
Okay.
and renewal.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they migrate
Yeah.
across continents and seasons?
Yeah.
It reminds me that no matter what you're facing,
Uh-huh.
there's always going to be new beginnings.
Like even after the worst winter,
Exactly.
spring will come back.
Exactly.
And for me, it's about trying to have that same grace and balance that cranes just have naturally, going through life's ups and downs with poise and resilience,
Right.
finding beauty even when things are crazy.
It's amazing how
Yeah.
the same symbol can mean such different things to people,
It is.
but also how those meanings can work together.
Yeah.
It really shows how powerful symbolism is.
Yeah.
To have all these layers
Mm-hmm.
that resonate with our own experiences and what we want in life.
It feels like we've come full circle.
I know, right?
We started by talking about all these different interpretations from all these cultures.
Yeah.
And now we've found our own personal connections to this amazing bird.
And that's what's so great about symbolism.
It is.
It's a journey of discovery,
Totally.
both out in the world
Yeah.
and within ourselves.
It's true.
It encourages us to look at the world with a sense of wonder,
Yeah.
to search for deeper meaning in everyday things,
I like that.
and to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
So to our listener, wherever you are on your own journey of exploring crane symbolism,
Yeah.
keep your eyes and your heart open
Right.
to the messages these amazing creatures might be sending you.
Whether you see them flying overhead
Yeah.
in a painting
Mm-hmm.
or even in your dreams, let the symbolism of the crane guide you
Yeah.
to a better understanding of yourself and the world around you.
I love that. Until next time,
Yeah.
may your journey be filled with grace,
Yeah.
balance,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the enduring spirit of the crane.
I like that.